Right, so everybody knows it's here, the Dirty 30s down at Mr. Land Cruiser. We've done heaps of work to this, right? We've plumbed up the engine, we plumbed up the turbo, we reworked the front end to drop the radiator down and bring it forward. We've got all the coolers in there, apart from the intercooler, which is we're still weighing up the ideas of what to do about that. But at the moment it's all plumbed up, so just with no intercooler. We've got the Browns Davis tank that went in it. We started the sound deadening inside. We've been through every nut and bolt, put tail shafts on. So yeah, there's heaps done, but there's still heaps to go. So it was taken away from us to go to the Denny Ute muster. Now we've got it back, so we're going to crack on and try and get the main bulk of the stuff done before it needs to go in for all its custom interior work. So we're going to be wiring it up. So those of you that are into it know what trying to integrate an old 60 loom into a 79 series loom. They switch different ways, so we're going to have relay packs and all that kind of stuff. That's pretty in depth. We're just doing some cool stuff, so I want to get the ECU tucked up underneath the dash, so it's its highest point, so it can't get any water ingress or anything like that. Of the old retro radio that we had in there, there's no, Shauno wants it in there for looks, but the back of it, there's no reason for it. So we've taken the guts out the stereo and we've mounted the automatic transmission ECU in there. So if you ever need to get it out, it's just a few screws, stereo pulls out, and you can see that exposes the ECU for the transmission, which is really cool. Other than that, we've got to carry on with the sound deadening. This stuff on the roof, man, it was like the original factory sound deadening is it's like fibre stuff, and it was all stuck to the roof. Maxi got in there. We scurfed all that back because obviously your sound deadening won't stick to the roof for that stuff on there, so it was a messy job. Should have really been done to start with, but anyway, we cracked on with that. So yeah, finished the sound deadening inside. We're going to run some power up the A pillar and down into the where the center console is going to be for any future wiring there. But yeah, there's heaps to do. There's talk about an exhaust going on it, maybe water to air intercoolers. We'll see. So watch this space, it's going to be awesome. We'll have a look inside and see what's going on in there. As you can see, this is where we've stripped off all the original sound deadening off the roof. Now that has to come off because there's no way that the car builder's stuff will stick to that. So we've gone back, we'll give that a little coat of paint, and then we'll be able to stick the car builders up there and carry on with the sound deadening. But you can see what it's like. It was a messy old job, man, and it took a little while as well. So other than that, we've got the top of the dash stripped out. Now this is where I'm mounting the ECU upside. So there was the original factory speaker, which we won't be using. I've used the mounts under there. The ECU's nice and high. If Shauno ever gets bogged in a creek or something and the water fills up in here, the ECUs are nice and safe, nice and high. And like I said before, the stereo, we've taken the guts out of there, and we've installed the transmission ECU in there, and I'm just running all the wiring for that now. So plenty to do, loads of wiring to do. Better crack on.
So Rich is working on the Dirty 30 at the moment. I was actually in there trying to get some work done, and all I hear is a few swear words out here. So I reckon we go take a look at the progress of the Dirty 30, see what's going on. Hey Rich, I see a lot of noise going on here.
Yeah, well, I'm getting to the bottom of a few systems. So I've got the blowers working now, I've got the air conditioning controller.
That was just multi-speed then?
Yeah, multi-speed's all the way through. Air conditioning's firing up. We've got a signal out for the clutch. So yeah, we're getting there, dude, we're getting there. But it's a world of pain in here, and the wiring is gonna get more spaghetti junction bird's nest in here. So it will get worse before it gets better. So.
She's looking complex, mate. I might leave you alone.
Yeah, I think you should. Don't worry about the swear words.
I'm going to ignore it. I've got stuff to do.
Nice one.
Good one.
I'll get back to it. Right, so we've been cracking on with the 30. Just wanted to run you a few things that we've been up to. So built a rear loom for it. That includes all the lighting at the rear. We've got wiring there for the long range tank. Been doing there's a lot of extending of wiring. So the HDJ 79 wiring is just that little bit too short, so to get it all neat and tidy under there, a hell of a lot of extending. We've got relays going in for the fuel control, engine run. We've got wiring for the
the roof centre console. We've got wiring coming through for future for the lower centre console. And then we got to a point where like, right, so we did have the original 60 series dash just mocked up in there just to make it look good. But we're going through in our heads, I really need all the warning lights that need to be there. So we've decided to get an HDJ 79 dash, and now let's plug and play to the loom that we've got there. So we've got engine management lights, we've got water in the diesel warning lights, we've got, as soon as I plugged it in inside the vehicle, rev counter, we've got voltage, we've got fuel level, all that kind of stuff. Now that's perfect, that's just what we want. It takes the intensity of the labour out of trying to get the old 60 series dash working. But to do that, it's relatively custom, right? So there's nothing there to bolt this dash in. It's all got to be custom. So we've had to weld new tabs in there to get it to sit where we want it. And obviously it hasn't got a shroud to cover the sides, so it looks pretty nice. So what I've done, I've built this. So it's still in a bit of a rough stage at the moment, but as you can see, it's an old 60 series dash. I've cut the guts out of it and made it square, and it just fits in there. Used a bit of plastic glue, and then used a bit of bog to make it look nice. That fits in there perfectly. It looks like a bought one, it looks like an original Toyota one. That's just what we want. So what we're going to do now, we've also got the upper dash in there. That's got the transmission controller up there, the ECUs all up in there. So getting to the real pointy end of it now. So I know we've got exhaust to be fitted to it. We've got the bull bars that Bud's Customs done. They've all gone off for sandblasting and painting. Can't wait to get all that back, get it all back on. So yeah, cracking on. But this, I'm just so happy with how the dash has come out. It's awesome. So let's crack on. Just want to quickly mention about this Car Builders single cab U-kit that we got sent out. It's awesome, right? So what I've done, I've left a panel here. Just behind it, there's nothing, right? So you can hear how tinny it is. And then we've got the stick on the first stage, just on here. You see how much dulled down it is. And on the roof, we've got the stage 1, and then we've also got the roof liner, which is like a foam. It's just awesome. So what we've got to do now, we've got the underlay to go in there. We've got the rear firewall stuff, which is waterproof, which is great for the four-wheel drive, especially if you've got 40 series where the water comes in. So we've got all that to put in, but I'm blown away by this Car Builder stuff. It's going to make it so quiet inside. The heat, it's thermal transfer, you get none of it, and it's just awesome. So remember, you can get these kits from us at Mr. Land Cruiser. Just inquire, and we'll sort you out. Right, so we're done in the interior. It's all back together. So we've got the ECU sitting just under here where the original speaker used to be. We've got the transmission controller inside the guts of the cassette stereo, which is awesome, and that works. We've got LEDs that light up when the parkers come on, and really the icing on the cake for me, I'm so pleased with how it's come out, is the HDJ 79 series instrument cluster. In there, using a 60 series surround cut up and reworked, it's just come up a treat, mate. I can't believe it. So we've also got the Car Builders in here. It's all ready for the guys to do the trimming and the center consoles, the roof consoles. We've given power up there, we've given power down the tunnel. I think we've gone above and beyond with this one. So I've got a bit more to show you under the bonnet. So let's get around there. We've got the wiper motor working. Now, we're still waiting for a wiper control relay. So we've got it working on the 2 speeds. It doesn't park, and we've got no intermittent until we get that relay plugged into the loom. We've got our relay stroke fuse boxes here, consumer units, whatever you want to call them. We've got one on each side with heaps of room for extras later on. Compressors, UHFs, spotties, light bars, whatever you want to put on here, and that's all laid into the loom, ready to go. So what I've done, I've taken the original loom, not the engine part of it, just the lighting circuits up either side. I've stripped that right back and laid out all the new wiring inside, put it back up, new conduit around it, taped it all up. Now that means no one has to butcher this wiring in the future, so it's all there, ready to go. The tails and the triggers for those relays all go inside into the driver's kick panel. It's all under there. I know what colours. I've used the same colours as Toyota use. So I've gone and so if anybody needs to go into a manual or a wiring diagram when they're out in the bush, not that you would, but to find out that you've got a circuit down, the colours are all the same. It's going to make it easier for fault finding in the future. So that's pretty much it for under here. Oh no, wait, no, it's not. We've got the bling. How can I miss the bling? We've got we've sent these away to the anodizers, the electroplaters. We've got the bonnet stay, the bonnet latch itself, the spring, all the little bolts. So it just gives it that extra little bit, you know. So that's what we do down here at Mr. Land Cruiser. We go the extra mile. So it's awesome. I don't know, I really want to take it for a drive, but I can't.
So here we are, we've finished this round with the Dirty 30. A lot's been going on. What's happening next, Rich?
Well, you've seen what's been going on with the wiring. We've done heaps of wiring. We've been tidying it up. That's all done. So this time round, it's all we can do. So it's got to go off and have all its trimming done. We've got to get the consoles in there, centre console, roof console, and then it's got to come back. So we've got plenty more wiring to do, all the switches, connecting the dots here and there. So
Loads.
There's loads to do. Now, Sean was down yesterday. He's over the moon with how it's going. He also brought some rims with him, and they're sick, mate.
They're
awesome.
They match the colour.
Yeah, really changed the dynamic. So yeah, but
Very sick.
need to do a big shout out to Glenn at Northside Blast Coat. Now, we got a phone call Monday. The bar work still hadn't been coated, so got a phone Monday. Can you get it done by Thursday? Now, we phoned Glenn, and he dropped everything, man. And
Had it done by Wednesday.
had it, yeah, a day earlier than we expected. So, and he's done an absolutely fantastic job. So if any of you guys need some blasting done, some coating, he's your man. So go and see him, give him a ring.
So that's it for now, but jump on 4 Wheel Drive Action YouTube, you get to see the whole build anyway, also their Instagram and their Facebook. The exciting news, the Dirty 30 is going to be at the exhibition grounds for the 4x4 show, March the 27th to 29th, and we're pretty pumped too because Richard and I, we're going to be down at the show all 3 days to answer any questions about the Dirty 30 or any general questions about old Land Cruisers.
Old Land Cruisers, yeah.
That's what we do. So come and say hello, come check out the Dirty 30, and that's on the main stage, right next to the main stage, the snatch stand.